Good morning, fellow billionaires. This is Silver 5150 with your morning update for Thursday, July 9th, 2020. All right, guys, here we have a couple of 2012 Aussie koalas. These are slabbed PF69 Ultra Cameo 5-ounce silver coins. Very, very cool. Some of my favorites. These are not for a giveaway, by the way. These are not. These are for display purposes only. But speaking of giveaways, we want to go ahead and congratulate our winner last night, Mike Leeper, who won the 1,500 subscriber giveaway. And as soon as we receive some information, shipping information, we will get that loot out to our winner and move on to the next one. All right. I guess you may have noticed last night in my video, it was segmented. The last night's show, I actually ran out of space, and the video cut itself and then started itself into another frame, and so I ended up having to post twice to get the show out last night. And in the first part of the video, I had said, or to close the video, I had said that I was going to filter out multiple comments until I looked into the comments of the video we did the picker from last night, picked the winner from last night, and realized that a lot of you were having conversations in that video, in the thread. So I decided to leave everything in there because I didn't want too many people to get kicked out using the filter. So I left the filters on, and in the end, they chose someone who only made one comment anyway. So that comment picker, that raffle selector, is a pretty sharp app. It really is able to extrapolate I guess normal activity, and all the activity and the comments in the video were very organic and just regular conversation. So it did not discriminate from anyone, whether they had multiple comments or singular comments. And as you can see, our winner posted a singular comment, but it could have just as easily been somebody with multiple comments. So I like that. That means everybody has a shot, and that's what we want. So we're going to be doing a lot more giveaways later, so we will stick with that technique. All right. Markets this morning. Stock futures, they're kind of flat right now, and it looks like they're having a tug of war or battle with precious metals, trying to figure out if they're going to be able to strong arm metals back down. And if you guys remember what I said about the powers that be, they want to be able to lift stocks and give everybody a positive spin on what the economy's doing. But at the same time, they want to try to push down precious metals. Well, I think they're not able to do it, not because they're unable to generate enough money for phony contracts to sell into the market and bring the price down, simply because the retail and demand for bullion grade silver is just too strong right now. They can't fight the tide. You can see this manifesting itself, of course, easily in the retail market. And at the same time, you can see now that spot prices are beginning to rise pretty good too. So that lends to me believing there's a lot of strength, underlying strength in the gold and silver market, and in platinum, and some of the other ones too. But we're most concerned with gold and silver, especially silver, because that's what we do here. We stack silver because of the price point. You really can't justify buying, say, 1 ounce of gold, over probably 15 of these. Okay? So you get 15 of these, possibly more for 1 ounce of gold. I mean, yeah. You just it all depends on your preference. If you like gold, then of course you can justify it. If you like silver, then you probably couldn't justify it. But isn't he adorable? Just kind of resting there and sleeping. So yeah, stock futures right now are marginally up. I think the S&P 500 Dow, NASDAQ, and the Russell 2K small caps, they're all tracking about 0.25% higher. Looks like here in the market open, they're going to maybe put on a few gains, but they're going to have to do it with the company of precious metals putting on gains too. I don't think there'll be too much going on in the precious metals pricing today. I think we're going to see minor gains on it, and I actually expect to see a pullback either tomorrow or Monday, as said powers that be do purchase as many contracts as they need to bring the price down over the weekend, lending to lower prices on Monday. So if you got some dry powder out there and you're thinking about buying this week, just be very discerning about your purchases. If you're going to buy today, just know that it's possible that you're going to buy at the top of the next 3-day cycle, but I could be wrong. And prices could continue up, in which case that'll make you a genius for buying today. But just in my experience and my hunches tells me that they're not going to let this thing climb more than a few days, 3 days max, because they don't want any real, any positive sentiment attaching itself to precious metals. That's the thing that happens if an item trades, in the positive for too long. It creates, what we like to call momentum chasers. They see that there's a lot of momentum in precious metals, and they start to move from other asset classes over into precious metals, actually feeding into the frenzy, so to speak. So the powers that be, again, they do not want that kind of energy in precious metals right now, and so they're going to do what they can to break the chain of positivity. So I expect that again on Friday and Monday. All right, let's go ahead and touch on fractional reserve lending. We talked about rehypothecation last night, where in the comics they will actually sell a singular item from their vault to multiple people and take all that money from multiple people and only be able to provide one item from the vault under the understanding or the belief that only a few, if no, investors will take delivery of that item. So it's a really risky gamble they've been taking, and I think it's starting to blow up on them. Well, in fractional reserve lending, it's a little bit safer for the practitioners, wherein all you're doing as a banker or a bank, a commercial bank, is you're receiving deposits into your bank, either from the commercial side of the house or from private, members that are members of your bank. And say, for instance, in my case, if I have direct deposit, from my work, excuse me, they send that check to my bank, and the bank gets it, and they are authorized as a commercial bank to fractional reserve lend the money that I deposit to them. And what that looks like is this. Say, for instance, I send them a check for $100, and it gets directly deposited into their bank. They take that $100, they go, we've got $100. Well, we need to create more liquidity in the system to keep our credit system going. We need more liquidity for our credit system, so we're going to take Silver 5150's $100. We're going to increase it to $10,000, and we're going to lend that $10,000 out at 15 or 18%, either in our credit cards or 9 to 15% in a signature loan. So I hope you caught that. Banks are authorized to multiply your dollars using your dollars as a base. They're able to multiply your deposited dollars into many more multiples and use those multiples or those fakes or those phantom dollars that they're authorized to create from your money and put it into their system and then lend it as if it's actual physical cash and gain a lot of interest from that. So when you see your savings account and you see that you're making 0.00012% in interest, and then if you have a signature loan, you're paying them 12.9% interest, trust me, they're winning and you're not. Okay? So it's fractional reserve lending, excuse me, where banks are able to multiply your physical cash into many multiples of phantom cash, take that cash and lend it out to people at high interest rates. And that is completely authorized. It is completely legal for them to do that, and they've been doing it for ages, which I think is just as sinister as what the COMEX is doing and as what the Feds and other reserve banks are doing around the world, just printing money and creating money. Hong Kong yesterday, with the stimulus they gave their people. Again, I'm not against stimulus because I realize it is the final act of dying fiat systems. And since the systems have to die anyway, why not enrich those who have supported it its entire existence? And that means, giveaways of cash, so to speak, from the banking system. All right. I hope that cleared up a little bit of it. We'll talk about it some more later. So here, towards the close here, we're going to talk, if you guys missed it last night in the programming notes I had, I was talking about moving this weekend and how that's going to have an effect on my schedule. And so I'm not going to be able to post evening shows tonight or tomorrow night. And it's just going to be an enhanced morning update like this one going into the weekend. And then hopefully we'll have a nice, fun, safe weekend, and we can come back Monday and do it all over again. If you guys decide to buy today or tomorrow or this weekend, and these videos are out there and you want to post what you found, or if you found some deals, or if you are proud of what you stacked, please comment in the videos. I love those comments. I love, hearing the journey and the process. I've been through it. I'm still going through it with you, of the things you're stacking. And if you get a chance to watch the, other stacker channels and stuff, I plan to, in between loading boxes and unloading boxes, or maybe while I'm loading boxes, because a lot of those channels you can listen to what they're trying to tell you without necessarily having to see the eye candy that they present, even though a lot of them have very good presentations. So that will take us into the weekend. Go out there, be safe. Keep stacking, keep up your protective posture in terms of cellular immunity and whatever gear you're going to use to stay away from the COVID. All right. But speaking of staying, stay tuned at the Silver 5150 channel, because as far as these giveaways go, we're just getting started. We're going to find more ways to give away. We're going to give away more things, mostly silver, maybe some copper and some other non-metal items here and there. But this is a hangout. This is the channel. This is your lounge for rational exuberance and abject positivity when it comes to the precious metals markets. I enjoy having you guys here. I enjoy sharing the comments and the conversations, and I want to keep this thing going. So you help me keep it going by staying tuned, finding out about these giveaways, and we'll start doing it. We'll start making it happen and heading our way into the silver age. All right, guys, Silver 5150 here, asking you to like, share, subscribe, and comment as always. And I will see you tomorrow morning.